Hi everyone, and welcome to your Daily Woo. So today Mars goes retrograde until November 12th. This is a perfect time to get really clear about how you're using anger and frustration, how you assert yourself, and how you're expressing your ambitions, your drive, and your desire. Now, this transit gets a bad name throughout history, but it really only has bad results in our lives if we blame others for how angry we may be, if we blame others for how frustrated we may be, and if we blame others for the blockages that ultimately we've created in our life. So these next 2 months, if you use it to really own and take responsibility for your anger, for how you feel, not blaming anybody else or the circumstances, but really looking at your relationship with frustration and anger. On the other side of this transit, you will really have mastered a huge part of your life. That is what the opportunity that these kind of transits give us, to really go in and dissect parts of our expression that aren't working, or parts of our expression that have been part of our self-sabotage. So, this can be representing in all different areas of your life, because where Mars is transiting in your own natal chart is going to be different for each and every one of us. And if you'd like help looking at that, please contact me at info@thegoodwoo.org, and we can book a session and look at where this is affecting your life personally. But in general, you can already see it like in the collective and in politics and the way countries are. It's a lot of heat, and you want to be working with it in a conscious way. If you leave these kind of energies in your life to just sort of motor on their own, the ego takes control of them, and it can cause a lot of problems. So some things to remember about Mars retrograde, and I know I keep repeating myself, but it's important. Don't throw the first punch. If you start a fight right now, it'll really blow back in your face, and you will not get the results that you want. This time is to give you an opportunity to achieve self-mastery and diplomacy, when what you may want to do is, give somebody a what's what and call it a day. This is adulting. This is like adulting 101. This Mars retrograde, because any sort of tantrums, outbursts, aggression are really going to boomerang right back to you. So there are other beautiful transits that are happening during this time, so that we do get a lot of help. We have a lot of help in the cosmos right now to seek diplomacy, to work with other people, to look at, for every issue going on, there's always two sides. And to really, if you're in an issue with someone, to really try to sit in their shoes. And, most of all, you guys, pray that you be given love and compassion for people you are in conflict with, or people you are having anger towards, or people who you're having a really hard time forgiving. This prayer of humility to ask, let me be filled with love for this situation, or this person, or this institution, or this leader, or whatever it is, opens a portal of energy that allows new perspective to stream forth, new solutions, new options. So there's support. It's not all bad news. In fact, transits like this, you can think of them like you've just signed up with a new trainer, right? And so the first 3 weeks, you're going to be sore AF. And you may not even want to be, waking up every morning to go meet this person. But you've committed. You paid for it. So you got to keep going. It's kind of like that energy. And then on the other side of it, all of a sudden one day you look in the mirror and you realize how toned and fit you are, and how great you feel. That's kind of how this is going to play out in each of our lives in the area that this Mars is going to be transiting. So commit to your trainer, and commit to expressing yourself in a new way. Commit to expressing your desire in a new way. This can also be quite fun if you're in a relationship, to really shake it up. And what are some new ways you can approach sex and desire? And if you're single, and you're wanting to be in a relationship, this is a great time to really think about where where your ability to ask for what you want may have been lacking. Literally asking the universe for what you want. And that maybe this is a time to really get clear on what you want for sex and desire. And this goes even further because a lot of people are going to be feeling this in their careers. So this is really also about like, how do you assert yourself in your workplace when there may be blockages? You know, we have all these planets in Capricorn that are going to be squaring Mars. There's going to be blockages. You know, you're going to get no, probably more than once in the next 2 months. And how do you navigate getting no? How do you navigate getting no without blowing up the entire situation with a tantrum, right? So Mars is a youthful, assertive, thrusting energy. And when it goes retrograde, we're being forced to like stare that energy in the face. And if we turn it outwards and push it out, we're gonna be met with more blockages. So it's such a time of learning, and I want to encourage you guys to embrace it with a sense of, because Mars is that energy of like childlike curiosity, embrace it with a sense of, I wonder how this is going to play out for me. I wonder what I'm going to learn from this. What do I want? And get really clear about what are your goals going to be for this time period, and even to think of, you know, where do you want to be on the other side of this when it comes to your relationship with desire, your relationship with your ambition, and your relationship with anger. You know, anger is one of the things we actually run from the most, and it's the seed of so many toxic behaviors that we use to numb it out because no one's taught how to successfully and productively express their anger. So we have to be our own teachers in that way right now. Some really quick remedies just to remind you guys: wear red. Really, like wearing red underwear is really helpful. If you're a female, like paint your nails, toenails red. That like wear red lipstick. This is also a time where, you know, Mars is going to be so close to planet Earth, closer than it's been in a very long time. So like, what is your relationship with heat, with fire? And actually working with fire in meditation, doing, you know, candle meditations, or if you have an opportunity to be around bonfires or fires outdoors, to sit with the fire and let the fire speak to you. That was a really powerful way to connect with this energy. But also to just say the simple prayer of, please align me with the highest vibrational energies of the cosmic weather right now. This kind of does it all in one. Now, we talk about these planets as they are outside of us because that is one aspect of reality, but they are also inside of us. So to really think about, like, where are you the Mars energy? Like, and do some research. Like, Mars was a god of war. What do you know about that archetype in your life? Where do you act on that archetype where maybe you don't even know it? Or where have you, because you don't want to look at that part of yourself, where have you projected that on to others in your life? Usually we do that with authority figures, or, you know, it's interesting, Mars rules men, so it could be like where we project upon men a certain idea that allows us to remain in victim positions. Even if we are a man, you know, no matter how you gender identify, we each have a relationship with these archetypes in very similar ways. So this is a bit of an extended. I gave you guys a bit more because I was out of commission Monday and Tuesday trying to navigate how I am going to balance my son's schooling and my work. And I think I figured it out. We'll see. And I wish you guys such a wonderful day today. And you know, astrology is useful when we use it to create productive and practical change in our life. And so when you listen to me, that's what I hope you're inspired to do, because nothing controls you, not even the cosmos. That's just there to guide us, you know? It's kind of like working with a therapist. They can't control what you do. They just give you guidance and suggestions. And that's what the planets, in my opinion, do for us, if we can get still enough and clear enough to really listen to them. So Mars is going to be talking, and our job is to listen and to recalibrate that energy that is within each and every one of us. Because if we're all doing that personally, we're going to see it reflected in the collective, where we'll see a more peaceful, harmonious world. That's the goal. Thanks so much for viewing.